I may have forgotten to push situated. I may have forgotten to push loop. That's why I forgot. That's why I'm surprised to see myself. But hello and welcome in. Excuse my voice. It's still a little bit on the rough side, but it's making its way back. It's making its way back. And I thought, hey, you just gotta press on, press on. Even if your voice is a little rough. So I'm going to sharpen up my pencils before we get started. You might see, while we wait for folks to gather in, you might see I kind of got started with a rough sketch here in the beginning. Hopefully by the end of the stream, it will turn into something a lot more interesting than it is right now. Although I think it's pretty interesting. Let me see. I need to bring up something that's super duper important. No, I have to go to my channel. I have to go to the posts. And then here we go. Did I see somebody else put that in there? Aha. Yeah. Well, while we're waiting, let's see. We've got DL saying good evening, Miss Tabitha in chat. Glad to see you stream again. Your stream again. Yes, we're back. Staccato DDS is first to key. Whoops. Second. Hey, I am very accustomed to being in second place because I have an older brother who is, at least when it comes to video games, is very competitive. So Staccato DDS, you're one of my favorites in my book because we love second place. Second place is a great place to be. Here we go, says the real Steven TV. We throwing some books out there. It's Biggles, Matt Biggles. I did not get to buy you a beverage while we were together. Don't worry, I will remedy that because there was no time. But I will keep my word. I am a woman of my word. I will somehow buy you a beverage because I owe it to you because holy crap. Well, speaking of the man himself, Retro Collective has gifted 10 subscription. Guys, I haven't even gotten my 10 video thingy. I was working on it and I didn't get it. So,
Today is Friday.
Do it again to make it a 10.
Today is Friday. Today is Friday.
We're gonna throw some retros over there on Kick. Be sure, man, my voice sounds terrible. Be sure to spam the chat with some retros. Retro Collective, I swear to cow, I plan on getting Biggles that drink. Biggles, I think he could tell you, there was no time. But I'm a woman of my word. Somehow, we're gonna get a beverage into Biggles' hands. We will. I'm a woman of my word. But thank you so much for your. We haven't even drawn anything. Well, I mean, I kind of have, but what a way to start the show. You do see something. I know it probably looks really weird, really creepy. Hey, Mrs. R2 the Icky in the house. Same with Duna Dan, John Thomas. Thank you, right there. Biggles can confirm, as well as several dozen other people. That's why my voice sounds the way that it is. Holocron Library Fox says, "Hey Tab, I hope you had a wonderful time at the MegaCon." I did. We got our top 10s in there. Terra Crystal, sorry, I'm getting a text. Sorry about that. Let me tell my friends to go away. Apparently, there was a lot of yelling at the meetup because Wicked Virtue is a little hoarse as well. I don't doubt that a lot of us are on the struggle bus of recovery when it comes to it, which is terrible because we're streamers. So, I don't know. Maybe there will be just a lot more drawing and a less, chit chat, but I doubt it. Julia is in there saying good morning. Good morning to you. Okay, all right. So, Biggles, you're part of the club too. You were in the club. Now you're part of the club. You get it. Hello, says Meowdy Partner. Bagel says, but I got my hair cut now. Oh, I bet you look great. Not that saying you didn't look great before, but like, if you like, there's something about a man with a fresh cut hairdo, and then the fact that your hair is naturally dark, isn't it, Biggles? So then, if you got a little bit of that growing out with that, like, look, I'm an early 2000s, late 90s kind of gal. The frosted tips, not gonna lie, I think they're a very okay look. I think Biggles could pull it off. What am I doing? Going to draw? I'm so glad you've seen evidence. Oh my. I hope I was working hard. Conroy1776 with that voice, you could play Red Dead online with Wicked. It wouldn't count. Got me some decaf. I finally got decaf coffee. But here we go. Oh man, I meant to open the show with that too. Tara Crystal, I got your gift. I put it on my other shelf. I kind of have a little bit of a pirate book collection happening. And Tara Crystal, no, you know what? No, you deserve to something. I'm trying to find like a really long video that would maybe take up the time so I could go run and catch the book. So hang on a second, folks.
In your eyes, so true. Let me call you sweetheart. I'm in love with you.
I literally ran to go get it. But we're going to get started with our drawing here soon. But first, thanks and shout out to Tara Crystal for getting me Sea of Thieves, Heart of Fire. I already started reading this book, even though I have a whole bunch of other books that I need to read. But he got this for me off of my Amazon wishlist. And I tell you what, I already started reading it. And with my voice earlier today, the book sounded 10 times better. I like reading out aloud. And it was so cool. This is the Geeky Crochets bookmark that I won. Look at, I don't think I realized that there was stuff on the back of it. The stories we love best live in us forever. But look at that. She did this beautiful watercolor dragon. Like, she's been doing a lot of these. Guys, she's been doing, but thank you, Tara Crystal. I can't wait to read this. The first few pages, I'm only in the prologue, and it's already like, what happens next? But Maria, a Geeky Crochet, the Unlocking Lore is what her channel is. She's been doing some amazing Star Wars watercolor bookmarks. You should check them out. If you have a chance, go to Maria's page, Unlocking Lore, here on YouTube. She's been on the channel numerous times, so you know. Dirty Blonde Natural, and I don't think I have enough blonde for good-looking frosted tips. What? Anyway. Hey, Charles Cooper, welcome in. Friend, welcome in. You got your bookmark? I saw. It looks so good. Okay. Let me get just one more step and I'll tell you what we're doing tonight in the book. And sorry for the smacking. And for those who might not be familiar with the book, if you're new here, this is a book that one of my subscribers sent to me about a year and a half ago. And as you could tell, it's just old, worn out looking page. And so we've been treating it like a field guide and creating our own world with our own characters inside of it. We've created numerous creatures, and there's our beloved Carl. Shout out to Carl and Guts. And then we've got Gus. He's the next one that I would like to do digitally. So we started transferring them digitally. And there's good old Moby over there. There's Donker. We did Keffin, of course, personal favorite. And then last week we did Dastian, a Volan, right? And I'd like to take a stab at him again. That sounds horrible. But I would like to take a stab at doing his artwork all over again. I've learned quite a bit since the last time I drew digitally, so I'd be very excited to see what more I could do, because honestly I feel like this looks a lot better than what I did last time, although I did like his face and I learned a lot, so I'm very happy with that. So tonight there's Donker, the Empnar. There's good old Donker. And then some of you may not remember, my goodness, some of you might not remember Lenny, aka Leonard. He's the Lumentera, excuse me, the sea star, and we had a whole lore. So what we do is that we create a whole lore behind each character. Oh, there's Fredward Frisk, if I'm not mistaken. I think Jonathan Reyes came up with Fredward. I forget, was it in Canalus? Who was it that came up with Frisk? And he's so cute. He eats dreams and he's kind of cursed. So cute, so fun. So tonight I'm kind of supposed to save some of these ideas for the little book. Oh, it's over on my shelf. I don't feel like running. And anyway, when I went to the post from the community tab, one of you said I was going to get some ideas, and one of you, the rookie critic, because I asked, what are two creatures that shouldn't be smerged together? That's a made-up word that I did a couple of weeks ago. It's merged and smushed. So we just came up with schmerged. What two creatures shouldn't be schmerged together? I was thinking of a walrus and a Dalmatian. That's what I said. And then you guys came up with a whole kit and caboodle of character crossovers. And one that really caught my eye, I did do Riz kits where it was a platypus dragon in the little book. But I saw this one, an anteater and a pelican. And I thought that would be super cute to, well, not kind of cute, but kind of, holy crap. Guys, I'm so excited right now for more than one reason. Staccato DDS has gifted 50 Dreaming Tabitha memberships. And for the first time, the actual time, we get to have the Rock Festival.
Thank you for the joy you show.
You guys could actually throw the rocks, the 50 rocks. Staccato DDS, thank you. Why, you've already given so much. Why? I feel like I bet you his alter ego is Scrooge McDuck. Just look at that avatar and tell me that he doesn't have like maybe he's like related to Bruce Wayne or something like that. You never know. But thank you. Yeah, there we go. 50 rocks. Throw in those 50 rocks. Yeah, exactly. It's the Rock Festival. You know, that's worth playing again.
Thank you for the joy you show.
I am appreciative. I guess I have to buy Biggles 2 different drinks now. Staccato, he knows
I am the one to be your favorite.
he knows he's Jesus's favorite. You guys, I know. We're still waiting. So okay. The creatures that we're putting together tonight are going to be an anteater and a pelican. I know. Crazy, right? Stupid, right? The two things that should never go together. Am I right or am I right? However, I started looking at pictures of anteaters, and let me see if I could throw one up for you. So let me walk you through what I've gotten. I wanted to have a very different pose. I keep doing just like side profiles a little bit. And so I was like, let's just one up a little bit, because I don't know why I like to hurt myself. Sorry, I'm still thinking about Staccato DDS. That was unexpected to say the least. Maybe I'll use it to buy tea for this the throat. Wow. I think that was my first 50. That's amazing. Wow. 2025. Very interesting year. Anyway, sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. And there's just, because I enjoy talking to you guys, but I gotta focus Leonard, and we go. So I'm trying to up the ante with the poses. So we kind of got a little bit of a freaky pose. This is the basics of it. And his mouth isn't open. This is going to get darker eventually. So that way it will represent his nose, his little nosy. But yeah, it's supposed to be a platypus pelican creature. Now, you guys know the drill. He is a platypus anteater hybrid, but we know that that is not actually what he is. So I want you guys to be putting your thinking caps on. Maybe I should make that into a little emote. We put our little thinking caps on and make it with like the dunce cap or something like that, because artists are weird. But anyway, we put our thinking caps on because we need to be thinking of this guy's name. Of course, he's going to be a dude. I don't know why. I think I've only drawn one female. I don't know why. It's going to be a guy. I like guys. Guys are great. So he's going to be male. So we need to come up with a name for him and a species, right? And then we're going to kind of come up with a backstory for him. Now, also, you have to remember, not that there's rules, but I myself prefer, for whatever reason in this world that we're creating together, I really like the idea of old standard white American dude names like Bob, Dave. We can put a spin on it like we did with Fredward, or like Kevin. It's kind of like Kevin, but it's not. It's with a Kevin. You know, that's fine. I don't mind that. But be putting on your thinking caps. Now, it might be too soon to come up with some names, so hold on to your horses because we got to see how it develops. But if I share with you, this screen here, though, you can't see it. Well, you can't see. Looks like wingies, right? So that's all you're gonna get. Hey, it's Maria. We were just talking about you. There's her name if you want to look her up on the YouTube. And it's A2D2. Hello. A fantastic sarcastic. I have not gotten the con cred yet, but I leave for a single digit highs tomorrow morning. Oh, hopefully not. Safe travels too. I haven't gotten the con cred either. I'm not technically sick. I'm just worn out. I'm still tired. You don't have to, DL, but I appreciate it. I can't carry the whole village on my shoulders, you know. Tommy Doyle says, hi, Tabitha. I'm old. I just turned 26. Well, happy birthday. If 26 is old, then I've got one foot in the grave and the other on a banana. But here we go. Okay, so if you look at a pelican and then you look at an anteater, like, it could work because a pelican has the really long face, or, you know, the beak, and an anteater has the really long snoot, right? And I don't know. See, that's a problem with me not doing it. I probably have his nose. He looks a little too much like a bear. This is all about the perspective too. So his nosy would come down a little bit. I wonder if I put it there, he could be kind of like an elephant. There, that looks like that's a little longer, kind of hanging down. But is interesting that a pelican and an anteater have similarities when you kind of look at some of the shapes. You know, it was also interesting is that anteaters there's different kinds, right? Did you guys know that Gus over here, you know, we kind of shaped him, or what, not shaped him, but he was inspired by wherever he's hiding. You know, he was inspired by many things, one of them being a pangolin. And a pangolin is part of the anteater family, which is really, really cool. I dropped a pic of my birthday cake on Twitter and got it flooded with lights and wishes. That's really good. Happy birthday. Hey, it's Emily Kruger in the house saying tail. Jason Woodhouse 94. I wave at you too. Does he fly? Yes, he flies. I'm gonna be putting some feathers over here. I'm kind of getting some ideas. I think he might be a little fleshy, and then I need to get my inspiration up here. I've got several windows of inspiration. Thank you all for hanging out with me. You don't have to, and I appreciate that. Let's get that up here on this nice little Tuesday night. Tuesday, there we go. All right. And I'm not very good with the anatomy, but we're gonna give it a try. So I thought it would be kind of neat. Unlike they have clawed kind of feet in the front, anteaters, and then they kind of like a kind of like a sloth, it's really curled in, and then their back legs are like bear paws kind of thing. But then pelicans, of course, have webbed feet. So I thought, well, what if we kind of did a little bit of both? Why not? I don't know if it makes sense, but it would be kind of neat if there was a little bit of webbing. Again, it's a fantasy world. We're doing what we can. By the way, while Maria's here, you guys remember that I had said that at the end of the month or into March, we were going to be hosting art classes. We're doing drawing dragon art classes just for you. So you guys, I'm going to pretty soon. I'll be talking about it too during my streams, but I'll make sure I make a post out of it so you can always return there and find it easily, like a supply list. You just need paper and pencils, an eraser and a pencil sharpener, right? Just 4 things. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy, but I will probably put some recommendations in there if you want to be fancy. But exactly, it's going to be so great. So if I might really quickly, this is going to be for you guys. This isn't just going to be us world building. This isn't going to be us just having a good time, even though we are. This is going to be a free class for you guys where Maria and I are going to teach you it's going to be a 4-part series of us teaching you how to paint or how to draw dragons. And we're going to start from simple and then get more extensive as it goes in, more difficult. So I hope you guys will jump on board for that. So this is going to be my first class. Maria and I are going to be doing different things. One night is going to be on her channel. One night it's going to be on my channel. So we're going to go back and forth and share the love. So be sure to subscribe here. You don't want to miss it, to Unlocking Lore. But I'm going to be teaching you guys how to draw this. We're just using basic shapes. You can see my guide up there. And we're going to go step by step. We're also going to include some shading, how to up your artwork. Okay. And so step by step, we're going to show you how you too can also achieve this. So just be looking for that. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Look at those little flippers. I like that. Yeah. Ooh, is it a master class or something? I mean, you could call it that if you want to. We're definitely not masters of anything, but it's one of Maria's favorite sayings, master. What's the whole thing? Master of none, jack of all trades, Jill of all trades, master of none, something like that. Tugs is going to be on, what am I saying? Tugs is going to be on the channel this Saturday. This Saturday at 10, I believe it's at 10. I'm going to be posting the, I'm trying to look for Maria's channel. I'm going to be posting, stuff for that too. So keep on the lookout. Here we go. I'm going to throw Maria's channel out there for everybody to find it. So subscribe to Maria's channel so you can be a part of the fun. And you say that, everybody says that, it's not true. And if it is true, it's only because you haven't learned how to go beyond stick figures. There it is. Jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. All right, so here we go. We're going to So I guess he would have like a little bum back here. He's just kind of hanging out in the air. So, there you go. Treasure, treasure, treasure. So we're going to have... I guess I should make the foot a little smaller too because it's set back further. But, you know. Once again, thank you all for hanging out as I attempt to do the impossible and try to make an anteater pelican hybrid look good. I kind of like the idea of these. Oops, I messed up. I kind of like the idea of his little flippers being kind of thin membrane like flappies. Who knows if we'll get a chance to color this tonight, but let's see how far we get. So we already got little flappies that look absolutely terrible, like not terrible, like ridiculous, but I like that. These classes have given me a new idea for my art and chatting streams and with my guests. I saw that. I'll be tuning in for sure. Okay. I think I've already messed up. Hang on. Well, I mean, but that's okay. Figuring it out. All right. Let's go up here. I love his little face already. He's kind of like a wonky teddy bear. So, I figure we could put, like the feathers that I see. Feathers are kind of hard to do, but all right, let's figure out his arms. And so I was thinking he'd have these curved, I guess they would need to curve inward, his little claw things, right? What are some good old-fashioned names? There's, let's see. There's Johnny, Well, I don't think he looks like a Johnny. I kind of wanted him to be like old and like ancient. I wanted to do like this old ancient creature, like this wise ancient creature. That was kind of my let's give him a weird thumb. Like a really long, weird thumb, right? Oh, Hubert, Anthony, okay. Horatio's not bad. He could possibly pass for a Horatio. Let's see. He's all kinds of fuzzy too. So he would need wings that kind of like, I don't know anything about aerodynamics, so don't come at me with that nonsense. But it's a fantasy world. We'll do what we can here. But I'm trying to see. So how would the wings... Let's just get a general idea of the shape of the wing. Not the best at birds, so that looks like it could be about right. So then we're just gonna... It's not coming out of his hand. It's like behind on the wrist, you know. I've never been the best at drawing feathers, so that's going to really, really irritate me. But we can try. It's all about the try. I never get the turn point correct, you know, because they're kind of like clustered together. So that always makes it really difficult for me. Horatio. Horace. Horatio. Alexander. Yeah, how do you draw feathers properly? I think these feathers are too short too. He would probably need to have them like that. Oh, I do forget that they kind of look like, don't feathers kind of have like these in-betweens or something? The barbs. I used to know what the barbs on the feathers were called. Okay, that looks a little bit better. It's not great, but it's working. Let's see. I think I might. And then it just kind of slowly turns inward, like, so let's give ourselves some guideposts here. I've never really taken a proper class or looked at a proper tutorial on feathers, so we're just kind of, as we typically do here on this channel, just kind of winging it, see how it goes. His long snout secretes oil. He can preen his feathers every so often. That could definitely work. I mean, they've got like really long snooty snoots. So that's a good idea. It's a very good idea. So don't birds have like under wings? These look really terrible at the moment. Thank you, Maria. Yeah, I know how to do the individual feathers, but I don't know why, doing them as a cluster on an animal is really hard for me. No, I appreciate that. So it's like, how do I do that, you know, in a cluster of feathers? Because it's looking really rough right now. It's not very majestic. I like some of it. And maybe he's not meant to be majestic. Should we make him another, like, wounded warrior? Do them one by one and then erase. I kind of did. I didn't really like the shape. I think my problem is I don't know how to curve them. I curve them too soon, maybe? So it goes out and goes in. Do you think that's the problem? And then you would overlap them. Do you think it's like a shingles on a house too? That maybe I need to start at the bottom and work my way upwards? That could be. I always appreciate you guys hanging out with me because, you know, I always say I don't know what I'm doing. And so, see, now I've made them, they got to be rounder. I'm making them like picket fences. See, they've messed up again. Darn, gummit. It's gonna, I've made them too angular, I think, too. I'm very dissatisfied with those wings. It's a little, are they? Oh, I need to get my little pencil eraser thing. I think Terra Crystal sent those to me as well. Okay, so secretes the oil in his little snooty snoot. Okay, maybe it's looking a little better. And then Tabitha, there's books on Amazon how to draw birds. You can put one on your wish list. I I'll have to look into that. I'm not much of a bird person, so that's why I've never really taken the time to study it. But obviously, as we all can tell, it's not a bad thing. It's looking a little better. It's definitely making the wingspan, oops, a little bit bigger too. Yeah, we don't know what we're doing, but again, it's meant to be like a field guide. Hey, let's get rid of these up here, so that way it doesn't like throw me off. You know, maybe I just let it happen organically. Maybe we'll see how it goes. Oh my goodness! Over here on Kick, it's Raider! Be sure to flood the chat with the Raiders. He has gifted 10. Again, 10 that I don't have. Just twice in a row.
Today is Friday. Today is Friday.
Everybody be sure to tell Raider thank you for making it Friday this Tuesday. And for everybody else. And for, of course, Staccato DDS and Retro Collective for, the Rock Festival and everything else. Thank you, Raider. Raider is so cool to hang out with because he's so chill. He's just so chill. He just easygoing, so likable. I've seen him at like several of these meetups, and he's funny because he just kind of comes in. Like he's just like, I'll turn around and he's just there. Like he's just there. And you turn around and he's gone. It's like he's just like he's like a shroud of smoke. Because he does usually dress dark too, like dark colors. He's just kind of he's there and then he's gone. At least that's been this time I got to say a proper goodbye to Raider after the meetup. So thank you, Raider, for your generosity, for making it rain with the gifts over there. So funny. I remember, San Antonio? I was there and I was working the booth and I turn around and there he was. He was just there. And he's always got a cup in his hand. I think every time I've seen him at these areas, which to be fair, most of the time when we do these meetups, there's some place to get beverages, but it's just kind of funny because it's every time I see him for the first time, he's always got a cup in his got to stay hydrated. I understand. Thank you, Raider. Hope you're doing. How are you recovering, sir, from the meetup? How are you holding up? Doing okay? He probably not even in the chat anymore. He just like a puff of wind, just gone. He's the vapor, the Raider vapor. That would be like one of his cool superpower things if he were a hero like that. Okay, I think I've messed up again on the wing. I think it's somehow got to come out this way, but it kind of is. But I think it looks better than it did. I think it's better than it did, and I wanted it to be able to come all the way up here. So, let's see. We're gonna make him look cool. I promise, guys. I know right now he's in his rough stages. And it's kind of what is this weird winged monkey creature? But I promise. You guys don't give up on me. Oh, I think I messed up. Maybe that was on purpose. Maybe I just don't realize how big a bird wingspan is. And how big the feathers really need to be in order to carry these creatures. That is probably... what is happening here? Ooh, that's... Okay. Wow, could you imagine a flying anteater? I guess that'd be kind of like a flying monkey. There's a little belly there. It's got a little belly. We might have a hairless belly. All right, so I've got kind of that going. I want to give myself a break on the feathers. We're going to... See, I don't know that, Maria. I'm not a bird person. So he probably needs the smaller feathers in between here. I would like to think that he needs this little piece of skin, kind of like a flying squirrel. So on top of having his little feathers, he's got skin to help him glide. I think that'd be really cool. Yeah, it's not the best feathering for sure. Like primary flight feathers. Okay, I'm gonna believe you. I choose to believe you. But okay, so Horatio, Anthony, whatever his name is. Her Anthony. Do a little hybrid. No, I don't want it to be too weird. That's going to be the thing about this world is nobody's going to have like a too weird of a name. I think the weirdest name that we had was Donker. I think that's the weirdest name that we've had so far. All right. So that's the thing too. We have to decide, is he a magical creature or is he just like some of the other ones where, he's an unusual creature, kind of unusual ability, if you will, but not necessarily magical. I don't think he needs to be magical to be interesting. I love his like little weird sad face. So great. Yeah, I agree, Terra Crystal. I think non-magical with this guy. He's just a flying beaver, I do like Horatio. So, do we think that he looks wise? That's the question. Is he going to be my wise creature that I was thinking of? I do. Let's see. Can't remember if this is a softer pencil. Let's have a look. No, this is a harder pencil. So, this little snooty snoot. I think this is going to tear up my pages. Okay. It's got like the basics of this. Except for now I have to like try to recreate on the other side what I've got over here. Question with alcohol markers. Do you blend from dark to light or light to dark? Most of the time I do from light to dark, but it's a great way for me to segue into this real quickly. If you guys caught my stream on Sunday where I was coloring the Achromatic Chronicles Fortuna's adventure book, sometimes I do it reverse. Sometimes, most of the time I will do it. It depends on the space that I have. So if I'm not mistaken, in this little area here where it goes from light to dark over here, I did from light to dark. But in these little spaces here, I did dark into light. And I want to say I went back and forth in this area here between light and dark. Here I went dark to light. Now, when it comes to skin, I always try to go from light to dark. I never do it the opposite because you can't really undo that unless you're doing it digitally. So I hope that answers your question. It just kind of depends on where it's at, depends on your comfort zone. Highly recommend starting from light to dark. Now, alcohol markers have the ability to erase themselves. Simply, it means that it will push the saturation of another marker away. So you could technically start off with your medium grade color, right? And then push the color away with your lighter marker if you really oversaturate it. That's what your colorless blender does. It doesn't have a color, but it has a lot of the alcohol in it, so it kind of pushes it back. The problem with this is that for me, in my experience, it tends to get uneven and kind of have almost like a coffee ring. I don't like it. Ah, yeah, that's right. Okay. I do want to work over here, but part of me is just like I want to get to work here on some. So let's see. I think it would be really cool if he had a white belly. think it'd be really great if he had a white belly. So let's see if we can, and then maybe a white collar around his neck. Let's just kind of mark that out. I want this little guy to be nice and furry. Let's just see if we can throw in some details real quick. Real quick. And this kind of paper, I don't know, maybe that's, I'm just using that as an excuse. I don't know that it'll allow me to be like realistic or anything, but I like, again, I kind of like the idea that this is just a field guide. That it's like, oh, hey, we saw that really quickly while we were walking. Let me try to draw it from memory, kind of thing. All right. So he's kind of got like this weird, almost like polar bear face too. What do you guys think? Do we think he's a good Horatio, or should we keep exploring? I do like the idea also of maybe him having a brightly colored wingspan, perhaps something that kind of goes against the color palette that he has. Like, it kind of throws you off, almost like if you had a zebra that just had like a strip of blue or purple somewhere. I think that would be really cool. But the question would be then where to put it. Let's see. Let me look at our little friends over there. What do their faces look like? So they're really dark. And they're little snoots. Or excuse me, they're really bright, but at the tips it's really dark. Horatio works. And like, is he like a jungle creature? Is he like a forest creature? What are our thoughts on that? Like, you know, where does he live? Where does little Horatio, if that's what we're going for, where does he live? What kind of... Does he live near the water? Does he live in dry, arid places? Our little furry guy. Trying to be a little bit better about blending and the highlighting, the shadowing. The dragon the other day, it's been a really long time since I've done that with a pencil, so it felt really good. I'm just trying to bring that back for myself. Oh, hey, Jerry G, in a hollow redwood tree. Nice. Okay. And he walks really like awkwardly, you know, because of his little flappers. Oh, I was going to give him a tail. I was going to give him, that's what's missing here. I was going to give him an anteater tail. Let's type this in here. Let's see if it gives me different perspectives. I'd love to see like the underside of it. That would be really cool. Of course, they're probably not going to really do that. So it's like this big feather duster thing. So it's like, let's just kind of, I think that would help give him some balance, you know, just like a bird. Okay, and it's like, it's a really bushy thing. Like it's a big bushy thing. We don't have to make it quite as bushy, but go off of that. A hollow redwood tree. It's not a bad idea. What if it's like a kind of a clay red color tree And have you guys ever seen like painted trees? They exist. They're not actually painted, but when you strip away the bark, it's different colors, different layers of color. Let me see. I'm not crazy. My mother had me tested. Painted tree. See if it'll come up. No, not paintings of trees. I don't know what it's called. Oh, wait. Let's see if I can get a really good picture of it. Okay, let me put that over here. I'm going to show you guys. Let me remove, hang on. Let me put this back up. See if I can get, let me find the right one. My gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, we are all over the place. StreamYard doesn't really make it that easy. Anyway, hang on. There we go. That's a real tree. That's not fabricated. It's not enhanced. It's real. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. The creature name is Red Nails. His claws are bright red like fingernail polish. The nails are brown when they're young, but become bright red as they get older. They display the nails to attract mates. Ooh. I don't think that's a bad idea. What do you guys think about... Yeah, you do. Member for 1 month. I get to use my first member super chat. I see some of you out there with your red paint brushes. I do. What if, there's like this stripe going down here. What if they develop, I don't think that's a bad idea, Terra Crystal. What about this idea? What if they, I like that premise, just maybe in a different part of the body. So like, what if there's a stripe that kind of goes down the tail as they get older? See you, Maria. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Kind of like, was it baboons when they're in mating season or whatever like that? Their hiney butts get like really bright red and stuff like that. What if we did that kind of like with the tail? And let me, it'd be kind of, I think that would be neat. Like they also kind of like, not penguins, flamingos. You know how they eat stuff? They eat the shrimpies and like their body changes. Maybe that's something else that we could. It could be a red tail. Yeah. Like just the little stripe that's in there. He needs some serious muscles. What is it? Why? Why does he has muscles? He has really good muscles. Look at him flying. You mean because of mating season? That's not what gets the ladies. Surprise, surprise. It's not always what gets the ladies. Depends on the lady. We got a lot of details to throw in here. I don't know if we're going to get them all done tonight. All right, so what do we think about? So we would like to settle on Horatio as it is written, so let it be done. Horatio. There it is. Horatio. Is he a glider or a flyer? He's a little bit of both, because he's got this this membrane stuff that's here. And then there's the feathers that are behind it. I don't know if, I don't typically use pens, but I wonder if tonight, let's just, in the book, I don't typically, but I might have to really like saturate and throw in the contrast. That's the word I'm looking for. Let's see. Okay, so I guess I have to ask the question then, what are these little flappy things on his feet for? Pelicans go on water, right? Well, they don't like go on the water, but they're kind of water birds. Kind of. They hang around the water. So maybe there's like these redwood tree, painted tree things in like a swampy area. Maybe he's kind of like, I say swamp, but what if he's like the waters that grow near the trees and stuff like that? Kind of like fern plants. They don't necessarily grow in the water, but they grow near the water. He kind of looks like Mothman. Change out the head. It's not a Mothman. Now I gotta look him up. Mothman. Am I gonna get scared? What is that? Legendary winged humanoid creature that is said to have been seen in West Virginia in the 1960s. What? Oh my word. These wings look much nicer than mine. But I'm not good at wings. How are you, Nadia? How are you? Mothman. Oh my goodness. Well, we haven't totally decided on what species he is. Somebody suggested red tails because he's going to have a red smear, not smear, but like, I can't think of the words. I'm good. It's Tuesday, so it's almost Friday. Well, Raider and many others, thanks to their generosity, have made it feel like Friday over here. So just for this allocated time of streaming, it's Friday. It's like Bigfoot. I see that. I have never heard of Mothman. Yeah, that's true. Wonder if it could be like I guess like those painted trees, they are in Hawaii, so that would make kind of sense. Mothman. I not thought about that. Moths. Well, he's highly, drawn to flames. He could be afraid of flames. I don't know why he would. Maybe he's highly flammable. Yeah, we're just getting like the first layer of detail and color down, so it's gonna be a hot minute, but glad everybody's hanging out or here, especially because the paper probably will wear out. I might have to include some, I don't typically include marker or ink on here, but he's not our typical person, is he? Read that it's Tuesday, so it's almost Friday. I mean, that's true. It's true. We're closer to the future than we ever have been. So, bird people. Yeah. Should he have something like? I think he's pretty cute with his head like this, but I don't know. Should he have kind of like Kevin? Should he have little? Oh my word. Should he have little wispies? Oh my word. Yes, he should. I don't want him to be too crazy, but oh my word, here we go. He needs something that kind of, oh my gosh, he's like a little witch doctor person. I love him. Look at him. Ah! Oh my word. That's fun. Oh my word. All right. So let's see. His fur will kind of stop right around here. Nadia, you have a stream tonight, don't you? Is it tonight? No. What did I get notified for? Or where did I click on notifications for? You have something coming up. Well, never mind. There it is. Watch Horror with Nods live in 30 minutes. Horror Tuesday with director Brandon Salisbury. Well, I answered. That's funny. Literally just asking this question and the notification comes up on my phone. That's funny. Well, I hope it's a good show. Okay. He's coming along. I knew that this would, Did I see your member chat? I think I did. Didn't I highlight it earlier? Oh. What was the Platygon or platypus dragon name? I didn't come up with one. I hadn't talked about it. I just drew it. Didn't actually come up with the name. The Platydragon's pretty cool though. I mean, that's not, his name, but we're gonna have some nice dark claws that are super inconvenient. The wing flesh could emit echoes like a bat would use. Their large sizes make it necessary for flying through the trees. Oh. That could... I can't wait to do Horatio digitally. I think I could... This paper's not the best for blending and stuff, so I don't think that I get to have the opportunity to highlight him. Plus, I'm a little bit impatient. I think the wings threw me off. That's okay. Aw, if I had a book in it, you'd be number one. Thank you. No, I need to be number two. Sorry, Staccato DDS. That's out of the question. I have to be number two. You got to find a first number one, and then I'll be second number one. How's that sound? How about a sloth smugged with something next? What? We've done a sloth before. We did a sloth walrus turtle creature named Donker, the Empnar. Okay, I'm a little bit happier with his little claws over here. The shading's a little bit better. I haven't done pencil work in a long time, so I'm really impatient. I think the digital artwork has spoiled me. I think it's spoiled me. Yeah, John Thomas, it was a while ago. It was last year sometime when we did Donker. It was like early last year, right? If I'm not mistaken. Okay, then 2 number ones. I'm the second number one. I might have to do. I get a little scared. Here we go, because I do know their faces are kind of light. I kind of wanted to have a backlight on him, but that might be hard too. All right, so he's got a red line going down his tail. Let me get that. Got a red line going down the tail. Yeah, this is going to take quite a bit of effort, but that's okay. He's a cutie. Hmm. How old? Let's see. How long do these kind of creatures live? I wonder. I feel like he could be sagely. Like, so you guys remember? Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. Um, the kind of the story that I was coming up with for these characters. I wonder if Dastian and Carl and them could like run into this guy and he kind of points them in the right direction. Maybe he warns them. You know, it'd be kind of neat, like a little bit of a plot twist there. Maybe he warns them about Keffin. Maybe Keffin. I mean, we know he's not a good guy. We know that Keffin is a selfish beatard, as the rookie critic put it. But like, what if he's, you know, definitely more sinister than we think? But not like a bad guy. Does that make sense? Like, he's not like the main bad guy. Kevin's not the main bad guy. He's not interesting enough for that. Well, he is, but he's not. That's not him. That's not the role he plays. I'm not gonna let him play that role. But he's like, I'm trying to think of a movie to give as a good example where you've got that one guy who's part of the team, and he kind of has to be part of the team, but he's not necessarily looking out for the goodness of the team. And so Horatio might just warn him, be like, you got one of them selfish koala weirdos. Maybe they're all selfish. Maybe all koala weirdos, the Ors du Roche, maybe they're all just selfish little betards. And so it's not like, maybe it's like, maybe this guy like brings good luck. Like maybe he's another rare creature after the war or something, or I don't know. And if you spot him, it's good luck or something like that. And he'll warn them. A luck monkey? Is that a monkey? What? Are unicorns peaceful and friendly or homicidal psychopaths? They're peaceful and friendly as needed from what I've read in the books. Interesting question. I guess it depends on the world. I guess it depends on which world you're reading. What about a luck? I kind of like when Nadia said like the whole moth thing, and I was like, that's kind of cool. What if we called him like a luck moth? Or what if we spelled it differently? Like Luch. Horatio the luck moth. I liked the whole Red Tails thing that Terra Crystal was going off of. But luck moth is kind of cool because it sounds like something that doesn't exist, but it could. It's not too difficult to pronounce. I dig it. Horatio the luck moth. The red-tailed luck moth. We could make it a nice long formal name. Kind of like Fredward Fisk, the Dwelf. Red-tailed. Because anteaters have a wide variety. Even over here, I'm looking at it now, it says, know your anteaters. And it's blurry, so of course I can't read the words. But you got your pangolins and your typical anteaters and whatever the other ones are called. And so we could have red-tailed. This could be specifically a red-tailed luck moth. I like that. Thoughts? All right, let's see. Red-tailed luck moth. Hello, this the Just 47 says, hey, hello everyone. Welcome. And This is our creature for this evening. If you're just now joining us, this is Horatio. The chat named him Horatio. Let me bring this over a little bit. And I think, yeah. A look moth. Doesn't that look cool too? Look moth. All right, as it is written, so let it be done. Horatio. The look moth. Thank you, Nadia. I have to go to her chat and be like, thank you. Stunning and brave Megatrons is hello, beautiful. He's talking about Horatio, obviously. Oh my gosh. Yes. We did it. We got a name. We got the spices. You know, I wonder if there's a reason why I have him with his flying out with his thumbs out like this. I bet you it does something. We just have to figure out what it is. Because why would you fly? Like, so when he's like flapping his wings, why would he keep his thumbs out? Maybe there's like a type of, because we were thinking that he might live in the forest or the tropics or something like that. Maybe there's a kind of, I've got two options. Maybe there's a kind of bug that's a little bit poisonous, you know, so when he flies and his wings are out, like, you know, he's flapping his wings, maybe it kind of generates, well, that could generate the sound, Terra Crystal. That could generate the sound that scares away the other creatures or something like that. Maybe there's like a hollowed out portion of his nails that creates a sound when flapping the wings. It's X-Wing, the smoothest man in town. How are you, X-Wing? How are you recovering? Are you? I'm slowly recovering my voice. Slowly. Hope you're doing well. Looks like it's about to land. Yeah, it's on our faces. I was trying to do a much different pose because I was so tired of doing everything from, you know, the side. So maybe it would have been better. But what are we drawing today? This is Horatio, the look moth. Look moth. He's a red-tailed look moth. So as he gets old, well, the babies don't have it, but as they get older, the middle of their tails start to turn red because it's mating season. 'Tis mating season, or as they, you know, mature into the mating seasons and stuff. And he's half he's like part anteater, part pelican. Somebody suggested in my chat, or somebody suggested on my post, that of two animals that should not go together. And so this is what we're getting when we do that. So I've declared it that his nails must generate some kind of a sound when he's flying that wards away evil spirits or horse flies, whatever the case might be. Yeah, it could create a haunting scare sound. Like he's non-predatory, but it could throw people off. I'm 30k feet in the air, need a distraction, plane shake. Oh, I am so sorry to hear that. That's not my jam. That is not my jam. I've done a lot better in the past couple of years. I think because I've been to the park so much and I've ridden so many roller coasters that the last time I flew around the holidays, we hit some turbulence, and I don't do well with that at all. I could easily have a panic attack. But I actually did really well because I'm like, this kind of feels like the Velocicoaster, as we were kind of like, because it was so smooth. Oh, lovely as always. Same to you. Yes, you were very close. I'm working on Dinobot stickers. That's cool. Dinobots. What does he eat? Because if he eats animals, won't the noise from his wings scare them off? No, he doesn't eat animals. I bet you he's just, maybe we make it like, well, we could do it this way. What if there's a type of red? he lives in the red bark trees, right? And they grow up, maybe he could grow up eating the bark, and the bark is what turns the tail red. Remember, we talked about the flamingo and everything like that. So he eats the bark of the trees, but he doesn't want to eat the bark of his tree. So he might go, or he could live in those painted trees and then they have to go find the bark of the red trees. Does that work? Does that work? The whisper of the ancients. What? That's what he eats? Or did I miss something? I missed something. Have him make a cute, harmless sound as a ruse for being deadly. I don't want to make him deadly, though. I want to make him... I want him to be like almost like a misnomer of a creature, where when you hear his sound, you think something... I think he doesn't really have a means of... Here it is. He doesn't really have a means of protecting himself, even though he's got these long claws, right? He doesn't actually have a means of protecting himself other than, what is it called? Offense? Defense? What is that? Where he has to generate the sound that thwarts off creature. It's a horrendous sound. It's a scary sound that will travel and echo through the woods. This is what keeps predators at bay. But he himself cannot really defend himself because his claws are too long. He's got the little flappy feet. I think, yeah, exactly. Deception. I think that could, insects and sap from the tree. And that's what helps turn his tail red. And I think that would work. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And he's a pretty big boy, too. About the size of a pretty typical anteater, I think. There you go. Preventative. So I don't want to draw the wings on the other side. I hate wings. Why did I do... Who decided to do this? All right. I guess I will have to at some point. But for now, we're just going to go back to the fur. A little bit easier. There we go. All right. So hang on. Hang on. Yeah, I think that this would kind of help with him, like, eating the sap, or, what the case might be. Climbing the tree so he can climb and fly, Let me see here. So, Luchmoth. Are secretly defenseless. They do, however, produce a terrifying sound from their long nails during flight to ward off predators. They eat the bark. Oops. I spelled it wrong. Bark and sap of red trees, which turns their tails red during mating season. Okay. Did I miss anything? Oh, hi. I'm not sure I pronounced your name correctly. Midbower 1? Thank you for the follow over there on Kick. We are slowly but surely gaining our way towards 400 followers over there. I appreciate it. That's true. Demeter's Child says, just join the live. What are you making? We are making a look moth, which is basically my subscribers gave me some ideas of creatures that should not be merged together, schmerged, as we say over here. And we've put together an anteater and a pelican. And we're just kind of coming up with other things. I will say that I don't have his tail quite right. I believe it's a lot bushier. But I will work on those details, as needed. But did I get everything right? So he's pretty much defenseless, but he flies with his thumbnails out. So when he flaps, there's like a hollow section, and it makes this horrendous noise that scares off potential bad things as he goes from tree to tree, eating the red sap and red bark of the red trees. And he kind of lives in like this, maybe like the tropical swamp kind of area. And he's wise. This one in particular, Horatio here, he's a wise one. And I think he will say, I won't say it's magical. I don't want to say it's because we decided that he's a non-magical creature, but I do like the idea of him being able to, maybe he's just strongly intuitive. Let's just call it strongly intuitive, of being able to sense bad vibes from people. I think that would be cool. What is it? Tail also needs aerodynamics. Gives him feathered ridges like an arrow. Otherwise, it's a giant air brake. Well, maybe he goes slow. I don't think they're slow. Bad vibes. I don't. What if he's like a slow flyer? That could be another reason why he has to have his claws out. Oh, thank you, Demeter's Child. Yeah, so we do this every now and then. Me and my chat. I got this book here, and we create creatures with backstories, and I love fantasy creatures, and sometimes I do digital artwork, sometimes I do this, but we all of this, like the chat helped make all of this come to life. This is one of our last ones that we did in this book. This is Fredward Frisk. So the chat helps by picking out a name, the name of the species, the name of the critter, and then we create like this backstory for our creature. So right now, this is Horatio the Look Moth, and I'm glad you're here. So he has my superpower. What, going slow or the bad vibes? the pelic eater. He's a look moth. Dunadan. Because I thought it was like, okay, so what if he was like lucky, but he's not lucky. He's just he can, let's see. Strongly intuitive. Strongly intuitive. Senses. Bad vibes. Oh, well, it would help if I spelled that correctly. Gosh darn it. How am I dyslexic even when I'm doing cursive? I thought that was the reason that I decided to write in cursive, to make it easier on myself. But somehow I still mess up my B's and my D's, even in cursive, when they don't even look the same. Hey, it's Rolling Chairs. Fights crime like Batman. Did I sense any bad vibes at MegaCon? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. But fortunately, there were more good vibes than bad. I know, right? I know. Moonskull went live. Aww. Cool. And somehow I gotta do the wings on the other side, and I hates them. We hates them. Because Tabitha's running out of patience, I think, for poor Horatio. Poor Horatio. Horatio deserves better. He deserves better. It's a lot of work on my hand, though. It's getting tired. Maybe it's because I'm tired. But Melissa, hello. I love the avatar. Yeah, part of the rebellion, I see. Hi, all. When is Savvy cooking? You mean Sevi? When is she cooking again? I don't know. I don't know. A lot of us have volunteered to teach her how to cook. I'm going to teach her how to make homemade pancakes one day. And I think Jessica Lindstrom's going to teach her how to properly do macaroni and cheese. I kind of hope this book lies in a museum in 1,000 years as evidence of how life on Earth looked much. That'd be pretty funny. Psychotic Mongoose says, hi, Tabitha and chat. What is up, my good sir? Hope you're doing well. Psychotic Mongoose, you're always welcome here, of course. Hope you're having a good day. Several people have officially turned today into Friday, so cheers. The chat has the ability to make today Friday. Make any day Friday. So. Oh, I know, Tara Crystal. I'm being a little bit whiny. It's because it's been so long since I've done. Because for some reason, I feel like Fredward. Yeah, he doesn't have near as much hair. He's not quite as big. I mean, he's big, but there's a lot of space that was left over. Poor Horatio's got all kinds of. I feel like he doesn't quite fit into this universe the way that I have colored him or drawn him. So I need to figure out how to make him work with the rest of the creatures, or not, whatever. I have a challenge for you, says Camacho 19. All right. If you're going to be weird, please keep your thoughts to yourself. But if you have an actual challenge, and I don't mean to be rude, it's just that the chat over on Kick have a habit of being a little un-Jesus-like. So, just throwing that out there. We got some mods that are happy to kick your butt to Kingdom Come if you don't keep it respectful over there and Kick. So anyway, what is your challenge? Dale Cruz, what's up? Save me some of the pancakes when y'all make them. I make my pancakes from scratch. And I don't put any sugar or any honey in it most of the time, because if I eat it with syrup or if I eat it with jam, I try to reduce the amount of sugar. So just make it without. And I do include collagen in my pancakes, which I know that sounds weird. It doesn't have any flavor, so don't worry about it. It's basically just like adding a different kind of flour to it. But I make that's right. Psychotic Mongoose celebrates their subscription for 10 months over on Kick. Kick didn't have a 10-month marker, so you're stuck with the 9, I think, until you're there for 12. It's terrible. I'm sorry. Draw your dream car and you will have a nice gift. My dream, I used to have a dream car. Number one, I'm not really big into cars and drawing cars. I could give it a try, though. I'm not big into vehicles anymore. I used to have, it used to be the thing. You know how whenever you hang out with people and teenage boys, they all talk about their cars. And, of course, as a teenager, before you can drive, you're all about, what kind of car am I going to get when I turn 16, blah, blah, blah. For sports cars, I've always really liked, I say always, ever since I was a teenager, preteen actually, I really enjoyed the Dodge Viper. Blue with white racing stripes down the middle, of course. I really liked the Dodge Viper, but that was back in 2011 or something. And then I really liked the VW Bug. I really had planned to get the newer VW Bug, but I never did because my first car was a Toyota Camry in old lady beige. Hey, can't complain when you get a free car. But I was determined that the next car that I would get would be blue with shiny rims and no leather seats. and electric chair. And that is exactly what I got when I went to, I hate car shopping. I absolutely despise most shopping unless it's book shopping. Arts and crafts or books. I don't like to shop for food. I don't like to shop for clothes. I don't like to shop for cars. I don't like to shop. I don't. And I'm every man's dream, and in that sense, anyway. And so when I was unfortunately, I was in a car crash years ago, and it totaled my car. So I needed to get a new car. Fortunately, the money that I received from insurance and stuff like that was enough to get a car. I hate debt and stuff like that, so I just used all the money. I just got myself a nice, beautiful used car, and I searched the internet high and low, and I'm like, I just want to find the car that I want. I'm like, literally, it's what, 4 things? Oh no, my pencil. It's like 4 things that I want. I want a blue car. I want shiny wheels, electric seats, and I don't want them to be leather. Like, that's it. That's it. 4 things that I'm, So I searched the internet. I found my brother had a silver Honda Accord, and it had a lot of get up and go power, and I really liked that. So I happened to find one, and I went with my dad because I was still young at the time. I went with my dad to go get the car. We went to one dealership. I saw the car. I tested it out. I liked the car. It was used, so it had a couple of nicks and bumps and things like that. Nothing that I really cared about. It had a bump in like the under fender on the side, whatever that's called. A couple other things, and I told him, like, I'll take it. My dad's like, you don't want to look around? I'm like, no, this is the car that I want. This fits my needs. I hate being here. Let's buy this car. And I drove that car until it died. So that's how I shop for cars. I look for what I want. I wait and I look for what I want, and then I get what I want. Hey, it's old Renaissance Boomer. Good to see you again, sir. Hopefully you were able to eat your food hot this time around whenever you went out and about. I feel this creature is a big fluffy animal who looks like a cinnamon roll but could kill you. Well, Demeter's child, that's the whole point. He looks like he could kill you. He sounds like he could kill you. He can't. You have a big car collection, yeah. Yes, that's right. We lefties gotta stick together. Good night, Dunadan. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you feel better. Please sucks. Hey, and look, it's the creator, it is the inspirer of our creation tonight. The Rookie Critic for $2 says, awesome looking creature thing there. This is inspired by you, because I see that you left in the chat 2 different creatures that should not belong. And here it is. We're doing a pelican anteater. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. Hopefully you're proud of what we're making. It's still in the beginning steps here. We're just kind of refining at the moment. But here you go. There it is. I did get your email. I have not responded yet. I apologize. We will get to it. Just trying to color this in. I want them to be nice and fuzzy. Dream cars, 70s Firebird, Trans Am. See, you list all these cars. I have no idea what they are. I have no idea. I have no interest in cars anymore. Truck. If I ever get another car, like after my current car, because I got a new car. I had to get a new car because my other car died. Because that's what I do. I drive them till they're dead. I drive them into the ground. I don't understand these people that get new cars like every 2 years. It's just too much of a headache for me. Hey, you do you and all that, whatever, but that's not for me. I'm going to drive my car till it dies or somebody else kills it. Like, Anyway, I think the next vehicle that I would get whenever my time comes, a truck. I learned to drive using SUVs and trucks. Probably a Dodge Ram. I really like. That's what I like. I like the older Dodge Rams. I'm not too keen on the new ones, but I don't mind it. Probably get a Dodge Ram. I like Dodge. I like the way Dodge looks. I grew up driving it. But yeah. The Sci-Fi Channel could easily make more movies with these creatures. Well, they tell them to talk to me first. The Charger was very beautiful. Yes, it was beautiful. By the way, you are in a YouTube video, so say hello. I don't understand. What do you mean I'm in a YouTube video? I mean, I'm on YouTube. Hello. I said hello whenever I get on here. I don't know what you mean. What do you mean? Oh, he's so... I don't know how I'm going to properly color the membrane area. Let's give him some wiry long hair here. Guys, I discovered a new TV show. I get made fun of because I don't watch newer stuff. I have some old-fashioned standards when it comes to watching things, so it kind of limits me on a lot of the newer shows that get produced. That's okay, but I found this newer show, or this new show for me, but I think it was made in 2015 or something like that. It's called Bob Hart's Abishul. It's so fun. It's made by the same people who made Big Bang Theory. Love. And I'm not much for like romance or romantic whatevers, but I don't mind a romantic comedy as long as it's actually funny. But this is kind of cool because it is kind of like a rom-com sort of, just because, but it's cool because of the fact that it has to do with cultural differences, right? So it's about this lady. Her name is Abishul. So she's Nigerian. She works here in America. And there's this American guy named Bob, which he doesn't like that people call him Bob. He likes the way that she says Bob. Anyway, it's really fascinating to watch. I love shows like this because it kind of reminds me of Cristela, which I really wish they hadn't canceled that show either. I really enjoyed it because it's a comedy. It's fun. It's clean. And it teaches you about cultural differences at the same time. And it kind of makes fun of us, you know, like even the weird things that we do. What we must look like to other cultures. And I like that. I like that a lot. So funny, you know, even like making fun of, you attract some weird A people in your chat. You ain't just whistling Dixie. I'm just gonna call. Okay, how am I supposed to refer to you? I just want to say Mode Bear 1, but that's not your name. So what should I call you? MD Bower 1? That's really hard to say. MD Bower 1? Am I saying that right? If you could give me a hint as how to say your name easier, I would. But I love shows like that because, again, like in Cristela, like it's funny because it will show you even the differences of similar cultures. You know, so Cristela, their family, her and her family are from Mexico, but they're Americans, right? And just what life was like growing up here, and their mom is old-fashioned and stuff like that. But they make fun of the Spaniards. They make fun of Spanish. Right? They make fun of the Spanish people because the Spanish, apparently, when they pronounce their S's, it sounds like they're lisping, which is so funny. And you do some research, and yeah, that's kind of true. But so it's just funny how, you know, like, I mean, I love that. Like in this show, Bob and Abishul, like some of the people that are there are kind of making fun of like the differences between Africans and Black Americans. And some of the Black Americans are kind of like, what are you talking? Wait a minute. What about this, that, and the third? And they're like, look, you got your problems. You're not like us. And which there's nothing wrong with our darker brethren here in the States, but like, you know, gleaning off of stereotypes like that. And again, just showing cultural differences, how, especially as Americans, but like Black Americans have different preferences or achievement or status or whatever like that than maybe a Nigerian family would have. So, you know, it's just fun. I find it fascinating. I'm I like to study anthropology on the side, and I love learning about different cultures and whatnot. So you know, it's just do 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 do. So you still haven't told me how to say your name, MD Bower one. Oh, with that type of moderation, I'll refrain from chatting. Well, I really I prefer to not have vulgarity in my chats. I understand that everybody, you know, has a difference of opinion and they will say what they say, but it's just I prefer minimal to no vulgarity, if you please. And I know everybody's gonna look at me like, really? ASS? You think that's vulgarity? It's baby steps. It's baby steps. I know there's bigger words out there, bigger fish to fry in the word community, but I don't. You weren't being disrespectful. I understand that. I mean, what you said wasn't wrong. What you said wasn't even wrong. That's, you know. Night, John Thomas. Sleep well. Oh, I believe that. I believe that. Of course, everything's going electric now. Yeah. Dale Cruz says, did you take art classes when you were younger? I did not. The first art classes that I took were in college, so I'm a little bit behind a lot of people. I'm a lot of bit behind a lot of people. I'm self-taught. I took drawing in college, but I only took one class. It was very different than like the stuff that I'm doing now. Like there was no proportions, there were no human references or something like that. It was observational drawing class. Some of you may have heard me talk about that a whole bunch. It was observational drawing class. Our teacher, Miss Sandra Terry, shout out. She would just take a big pile of crap, drop it in the middle of the floor because we sat in circles, in a circle. And she's like, draw what you see, not what you don't see. And it wasn't until I got older that I understood the value of what she was trying to teach us. At that time, there wasn't much instruction. Like literally, that was pretty much it. Draw what you see. Draw what's in front of you. And around every now and then, she'd give us pointers about things. But that's all I really remember in her class was draw what you see, not what you don't see. And she would just kind of hover over our shoulders and point things out that were erroneous in our drawings. I mean, she was never a taskmaster. She didn't make fun of us or anything, but she would just point out and she would look and she would compare our drawing page to what was in front of us, and she'd point at something specific and say, like, for example, she would say, this right here. She's like, is that up there? And all of a sudden you take a closer look and you realize it's not. Your mind filled in the gaps for things that aren't there, things that maybe make sense to your brain, because it's the thing about being an artist. You have to learn to be very observant. I wouldn't say you have to learn. It's more of like you inevitably learn to be observant. That's why, like, when I compliment people, a lot of times they're really weird compliments, and I have to forewarn people, like, I'm staring at you not because I'm a creeper, but because I'm an artist, and that those two might go hand in hand, but it's true, because artists, we will, especially if we like portraiture and stuff like that, but we will stare at things because we're studying. We're always taking in our surroundings pretty much when we have the opportunity, pretty much all the time. I was with somebody and they had a very unique space right here, between the eyebrows where it meets the nose. And, they were talking about plastic surgery, and I was like, please don't. I was like, I'm not trying to be weird, but I keep staring at that spot on your face. And I'm trying to understand what makes it so special, what makes it so unique. Why do I keep being drawn to this? Like, this lady had beautiful face, she had beautiful eyes, but it's like, I keep staring at this spot, and it's like, what is it about this spot that, and a lot of times you don't understand what it is you see, like, the space between your eyes, is it dipped, is it flat, is it curved, is there a bump, like, what is it that I'm looking at? So you just kind of have to stare, and it can get And she was super cool about it. She thought it was very flattering. But so if you have any artist friends and they stare off at stuff, it's probably because they're studying. And we tend to do it without thinking about it. But I took graphic design and photography. That was my main field of study when I was in college. And then eventually I just quit because I was like, that was kind of like when YouTube was starting to blow up and things were expensive. And I was like, why am I spending I refused to go into debt for something that I could learn for free. And I never liked the idea of debt. I still don't like the idea of debt. I'm the kind of person, it's like, I don't want to buy something until I have the money to do it. It might take me longer, I might be behind, but I don't like the idea of going in debt for a house. I don't like the idea of going in debt for a car or for college. They say some of those things, it's necessary, you have to, blah, blah, blah. I don't know that I really believe that. Just kind of depends on your perspective in life and how you want to do that. Trust your eyes, not your brain, because your brain can be. This is true. It's true. So, all right, Horatio. All right, I don't really want to add my ink to it because I'm not very well versed in that, and that would definitely make him look very different. I wonder if one reason why he looks so different from the other creatures in our world is because he has black eyes. You'll notice that like the other creatures, a lot of them like Keffin and Carl and Fredward, they all have like these blank eyes. So I wonder if that's the issue. I think this pencil is going to tear up the paper in my book. Fortunately, the book's pretty solid, but I love these little wispy things here. Black eye flea. I hope everybody's having a good week. I know it's Tuesday. That's hard for some people, but hopefully it's going well for you. He only has one set of wings. Vincent Van Gogh was also self-caught. Yeah, and then he committed suicide. I don't think you're putting me in a good bracket there, DL. You ever see me around with a bandage on my ear? Don't ask questions. He's turning out good. Oh, he's looking fluffier. See? Got to trust the process. 8 inches of snow? No, thank you. It's finally hot in Florida. It's finally warm, I should say. It's beautiful weather here in Florida. Thank God. I was about to drive myself crazy with cabin fever. I can't stand it. I'm walking around with my shorts. Thank God. I didn't move to Florida to be cold. Yeah, look at that. This is a good shine. He's looking fluffy. Thank you all for your generosity with not just giving financially, but with your time. Thank you for that. I know. I was just joking around. You know, if you don't know that these are his thumbs and you just kind of look at the center of it and take it in, it kind of looks like he's like, yeah, with his fingers pointed up, like, yeah, number one, party. Let me refresh over here since we started. No, it's not going to update. Okay. Bum. He's so cute. He's so cute. Oh my gosh, old Renaissance boomer. No. Some snow. No. Oh. I mean, I have to remind myself that it's still February. To me right now, it feels like May. Ugh. Party, exactly. He's like, party on, dudes. Like, rock on. Rock on. By the way, I was talking to I was seeing Tara Crystal with the Onar. I was talking to Nomi today, and we found a new game that we want to play. So brace yourselves for more madness. For those that are watching over on Kick, if you're new, sometimes I do art streams, but on Kick, I primarily do gaming with my friends most of the time, and it gets quick. Lots of yelling, like Mando says, loud noises. Yeah, he just kind of looks like he's like. It's so good. And Georgia, some days we have all fours. North Carolina's like that too, Dale. North Carolina's like that too. It's crazy nonsense. You wake up needing to wear a sweater. By the afternoon, you can wear a tank top, and in the early evenings, you just wear like a blouse or something, or a hoodie. Gosh, I wonder how many scratches I've made in this creature. Oh, there's got to be like 5,000 little scratchies. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I don't think I'll take over Sea of Thieves per se. I know I got to finish the other games too. We didn't finish. I have to tell Nomi before we got to finish. We were here together too, because we're almost at the end before we can play this next game. Murky Divers. That's all I'll say. Oh, he looks so good. He looks so baby. Different lyrics, I know, but just I like him a lot. Let's give him a little bit of refinement here. And suddenly now I am very aware. Let's see. What do we want? Yeah. Yeah, I can feel my arm right in here. It's getting a little tense. Right in there or right in here. It's a lot. Trying to shade it while looking into the camera. It translates differently. Hey, it's Chris the Geek saying, hey, Tabitha, another interesting creature for your world. Yes, this is Horatio, the look moth. He's a mix between a pelican and an anteater. What do you think, Chris? So that he eats the syrup. He eats the sap and the bark from red trees, and that turns his tail red during mating season. He put like the stripe down there. Okay, I said that to her, Crystal. I said that. A look moth. That's what I said. I said a look moth. Look moth. I'd say it with a little bit of phlegm. And what was it saying? Red tail. Oh, he's defenseless, but when he flies, that's why he flies with his fingers out, because the claws have like a, I think Tara was Tara Crystal the one that said it has like a hole in it or whatever, and anyway, or like it's hollow, and so like when he flies, it creates this horrifying sound that thwarts off any potential predators. Oh, you're doing that for other people. I got you. Yeah, no, I've got it up here. And it's kind of hard to read though. A loch moth. Do, 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 do. How was your day, Chris? How is things in your world? Party on, dudes. I feel like having some ice cream. I think I still have ice cream. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Taha 55-71. I have no idea what you're saying, friend. Hopefully you're saying good things. I cannot read whatever that is. Arabic, Farsi. Sorry. But I hope you're having a good day. Okay. He looks nice and fuzzy now. He does. I don't think his face properly reflects the shine of the rest of his body. Maybe I just haven't. Maybe we should give him some more whiskers. Yeah. Throw some whiskers on it. Makes him look a little different. Yeah. Yeah, she. Oh, he's so cute. It looks really cool. I've been pretty busy. After work, I went to the gym, and now getting home from that. Well, congratulations to you. I know I went for a bike ride today. I just recently got a bike. So now I use it to go check the mail, because my mailbox is a little ways down. And so it's so I'll just kind of drive. I say drive, is that the right word? I'll cycle through the neighborhood, and before I go get my bike, or excuse me, before I get the mail and park my bike. I am not happy or excited about doing these wings, I tell you. And I know his feet look a little sad. I hope X-Wing makes it to its destination. Hopefully it's not too bumpy the entire way there. Thoughts and prayers with X-Wing. What are my friends saying? They're texting each other. Excusez-moi, pardon. What in the freaking the world? Of course, nobody's making jokes. Okay. Guys, it's still... Oh, everybody seems to be living in the cold. My friends. I think we're gonna need to call it for the evening because I can feel my brain like freaking out and my hand is getting a wee bit cramped. I know I should be able to draw or color for longer, but it's not like I've not been doing things all day. So, it's all good. But I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for being, hey, Wiley Dave, thank you so much for being a part of the chat and helping us to create Horatio, the Loch Moth. He's part pelican, part anteater, part mysterious man. They're secretly defenseless. They produce a terrifying noise. Oh, I may not have included that word. But through their long wings during flight to ward off predators, they eat the bark and the sap of the red trees, which turns their tails red during mating season. He's strongly intuitive and senses bad vibes. Yes, yes, yes. How did you know I was going to be on there? Are you in my DMs, Staccato DDS? Are you part of Valiant's Vixens? Who are you? But yeah, I'm supposed to be on Valiant Renegades channel tomorrow for a wee bit. And then don't forget, Tugs is going to be on the channel, or supposed to be, God willing, and the creek don't rise, on Saturday in the morning time, teaching her how to paint. And I'll think about it. I'll search around, see what happens. I don't really have much of an interest to draw birds, but it does seem like it wouldn't be a bad thing to study. Of course, there's always the internet. But so when are you going to play some more video games? Here soon. It's trying to get back to something of a schedule that I never had prior to MegaCon is really difficult. So I'm trying, but life throws me some curveballs, but I appreciate the support. Have a good evening, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for hanging out. You guys are all amazing. Thank you for your support. Truly humbling. Truly humbling, because it's like, who the freak is sending me money to draw stupid things like this? But that's okay. It's not stupid. Thank you. You too. Thank you. It's not necessarily stupid, but So they're going to try to take these. Yeah. It's just, that's how it is. Anyway, until next time, guys, be sure to hit the like button on your way out.
If I was watching this video, I would like it. I would like the video, and I would probably subscribe, because this is so thoroughly entertaining and also well executed. It's a